Okay, we've won the die roll. We've got lands and spells. Don't have a very aggressive curve right now, but I think it's a keep nonetheless. If we draw like any merfolk to follow up this river sneak with, this hand was looking very nice. Ooh, that is a perfect card to follow up the river sneak with. Even though it's not a merfolk, we're just going to be able to draw another card. Raptor Companion's fine. Ooh, that's pretty nice too. Let's attack for 1. Ooh, okay. We could sort of go off this game. So I'm just going to trade here if he offers it. Sure, he's going to use a trick, that's fine. He has no land. Ooh, okay, so we have decisions to make this turn. I think the best option is probably just Jade Guardian. Puts the most immediate pressure on him. Next turn, if I draw land, I could go Deeproot Waters plus Deeproot Warrior. There's no way for me to go Deeproot Waters and then next turn do 2 things, or 2 Merfolk. So this uses my mana the best. So I'm going to put the counter on the River Sneak, I think. Let's just start loading up counters on it. And this turn, if he attacks, I'm not going to offer the trade, because I'd rather trade with a 1/1 token for his Raptor Companion than my 2/2 Hexproof, which could be more useful later. He still has no land. Alright, let's formulate a plan here. Probably just Deeproot Waters this turn, sadly. So let's just go ahead and attack. Could go just try to put our foot on his throat here, but I want to try to maximize my value here. Yeah, it was just game over anyway. Next turn I was going to get to go Depths of Desire plus a Merfolk and just go off. Okay, so red-white, presumably aggro. That's where Sailor of Means could be more useful than something else, like maybe a Deeproot Waters, which might be too slow. This gives me immediate board denial plus a way to dump my hand faster. So it makes sense to make that switch here. But everything else looks pretty good. Could bring in another cheap creature for something else, but I'm not even sure what. Our deck's already pretty optimized and like as cheap as we can get it. So without knowing too much more, I'm not going to make any more changes. The only other thing I could consider is the Storm Sculptor, take it out for another just cheap 2-drop to trade. But I don't want to dilute my deck's late game power too much. Don't even know how aggressive his deck is. We only saw 1 2-drop. Just hypothesizing based on his colors. Well, if we draw an island, this hand is pretty solid. I think I'm going to keep it. I don't know. There's a chance that we draw an island and this hand isn't even that good. I think it's a keep, though. We have the option to just make a 4/4 on turn 2. That upside might just be enough on its own. So come on, island. Alright, that's interesting. So this is not the aggressive curve I was expecting. Ooh, an island. Alright, so I can go one with the wind here. It's probably worth it. Just force him to beat my 4-4. It's a 5-turn clock. And like, I understand that opens the door to some 2-for-1 potential, but it's not like the speaker is going to be doing a whole lot in the face of a 0-3 blocker anyway. So it's a risk I'm willing to take. And he's clearly going to start dumping a bunch of power into play here pretty soon. Casting a dinosaur. 5-5 can't attack or block alone, that's fine. Put him to 12. Now Shaper's Apprentice does represent a 2-turn clock, because we have 6 and then 6. That would be one way to win this game. So we'll take 5. River Sneak. Alright, so let's see here. Let's go Sailor of Means. I'm doing this all pre-combat, and I'll explain why in a second. Because if he had a way to remove my Command Speaker at instant speed, this will lose flying. It's unlikely that that would all come to a head, but considering I'm not holding up anything or representing anything, I might as well just do it all now. If he's going to remove something, this isn't going to change his decision at all. We're going to get a turn 5 win here in limited, assuming he can't interact with me. Play the River Sneak. Just add another Merfolk to the board, just in case something weird happens. Client is being laggy. Let's attack. Something happening here. Dinosaur spell at instant speed. That's strange. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering why he didn't do that before blocks, but I guess that guy can't block. Turn 5 win, boys. That's how it's done. That's a perfect way to start our day. Let's try to replicate this scenario in games 2 and 3, or matches 2 and 3.